Okay, so we pulled the truck out. As you can see now, behind it. So I'm gonna show you real quick for any of the new drivers out there how just to simply slide your tandems. You bring it in here to this plant. They need you to slide them all the way back, so they're all the way back. This trailer's empty, so I can take advantage and slide my tandems all the way forward. I already made sure I aired the truck up good. I'm back up to almost 120 PSI in both chambers. Both brakes are on, or both brakes are set, tractor and trailer. So we'll go ahead and walk back. And this one has a lever right here. And we got the pins up top. We'll pull this out. There should be, there is, it's in a little further. If there's a little latch, it should kick those pins in. A lot of times they'll hang up on the edges because they're pushed up against. So all you gotta do let your trailer brake off, keep your pushing your tractor brake, keep your trailer brake locked up. And I want to push back on it, but since they're locked, I'm going to just push a little bit, let off the clutch, let it rock back up, take some of the pressure off of those pins. Now, see, it might be kind of hard to see. Now, I'm sliding. Slide them nice and easy till we're all the way, tandems are all the way back to the front. Pull my parking brake back on my tractor. Show you my palm, because it's beautiful. And for current purposes, I'm going to shut the truck off. So I want to show you guys a couple other quick things. So I wanted to talk about some of the tools you're going to need. Some of the tools that are going to save you time. Going to save, if you're especially your owner operator, going to save you a lot of money. For like breakdowns. One thing I want to show you quick, and it's got to do with sliding your tandems. If you get to a point where you need to slide your tandems forward and they're stuck, it's happened to me more than a couple times. Sometimes you got to push them up against a curb. So that's when you'll need bungee. You got an 18-inch bungee. We go back here. We still have to pop our pin back. You get our pin slid back out. But we see how low these mud flaps are to the ground. When you push up against a curb, I mean, that's even an 8-inch curb is going to push that against the tire, and I've ripped mud flaps off myself doing it. What you can do, take your bungee, you either strap it up here, or to give you plenty of room, or strap it if you want to go real high with it. And I'm going to show you afterward. It's kind of tough to do here. And I just hooked it up. Every trailer has these ribs. There's supports that go all the way across. Bungee to there, to there. You can see how high that mud flap's lifted up. And then you're free and clear to go ahead and back against your curb and get them tandem slid up. So if you could back against the curb, try to get close enough and pull that little mud flap up and on top of the curb. But it's just simple easy to do that way. because some places have real tall curbs. If I showed it well enough, that thing was off the ground at least a foot, if not a foot and a half. Other things you should need, basic things you should need: tire pressure gauge. Also, and they probably only cost 30, 40 bucks. I think that's what it cost when I bought mine. Air hose attaches to your glad hand, right there, attached to your trailer glad hand from the truck, so that the air from the truck compressor is going out into the hose. Hook them together, and simple, you got some air. So if you got a little low tire, another thing, they sell them in a lot of the truck stops. You go to a TA, there's shops there, they sell them. Tire plug kits, because if you happen to get a nail or screw in your tire and it runs you flat, or you're sitting in your park, you do your pre-trip inspection and you notice it, you're going to want to pull that out. So you'll want a pair of pliers. That's another thing you should be keeping in your truck for miscellaneous little things, even to pulling seals, to pulling screws out of your tires. Tire plug kit, I mean, within 5-10 minutes you can have your tire plugged. You got your air hose. If you went out and bought one, you air your tire back up and you're ready to go. Or you're stuck and you're going to have to pay for somebody to come out and either plug it or replace your tire. And at least this way, if you are worried about your plug job, it should at least hold air long enough that you'll be able to get it to a shop and avoid a service call on the road. Another big issue I've had, and this is coming handy, is my strap. If I've had starters go out in, I think, 3 of the trucks I've driven, and rather than sit and wait or have a tow bill, if you have a strap, another driver out here, I've had to pull start people. I've had to have people pull start me. Sometimes we gotta rely on these other truck drivers, because we're out here, we're all doing the same thing. We're all doing the same job, trying to make money for our family, and we should be more than willing to help each other out. I've had drivers help me in the past. I've helped drivers in the past. It's just good practice. So, like I said, save yourself a tow bill or a service call of guys coming out and having to replace your starter. Get pull start. All you need is a strap. Have a crescent wrench for miscellaneous. Say if you do end up pulling the mud flap off, you're going to need one of those. You should have at least a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver for any screws that may need to be tightened, taken out, replaced. But as the crescent wrench side is for this, it wouldn't hurt to have 2 if you don't have a ratchet or wrench set, and they're only about a 1/2 inch bolt in there. Another thing, the hammer. Always keep a hammer. The wintertime freeze-ups. If your brakes are freezing up, you got to get under there. It's usually best practice not to, because the trailer tires are usually the worst. And have yourself a good pair of gloves with some rubber palms, rubber fingers on them, or you're going to get fuel soaked into your other ones if they're not rubber sealed. This light is terrible. Oh, I'm not going to mess with another big issue we have, and I had this issue yesterday. Well, I can't tell if y'all can see. This wiggle hourly connection on my electrical. So when I'm going down the road and this is bouncing, and every light, what's there, probably at least 10 lights on the truck or trailer, and they're just flickering, just asking to be pulled over. So either you can use your bungee and wrap it up around something. You have little holes in here you can hook your bungee to and strap it up to something so it's nice and tight. Or what I found is about the easiest thing you can do. Take an old pilot cup. And I got some old water in here I gotta dump. Old coffee. Take this, just grab a piece and pop it out. Even like that is fine. Take your electrical plug out. See, that's a nice thing about the coffee cup. It's curved. It's not quite as curved to the point that the electrical is. You can just stick it right on the bottom there. It fits fairly good. This is going to be hard to see for the moment. Slide it right in. You see already how tight it is. Help it go in there with that piece of styrofoam. Now you see. Basically no wiggle to it. Easy peasy. That's what I had to do. I had to jump off the road, as I noticed, as bad as it was flickering yesterday, and it was all over the place. So I knew that electrical connection was no good. So all I did, grabbed another piece of that foam, shoved it up underneath, and she was ready to go. Had no issue. When I got down the road, got to my stop, was able to drop my trailer, because I had, with the run I'm doing right now, it's a drop and hook, which is preferred. So that's a couple little tips. I'm trying to put my stuff away here. I got my old starter. Yeah, I got my little toolbox. Always good to keep a toolbox with at least, with the basic wrenches. Like I said, some screwdrivers, maybe a pry bar, or just grab even a pair of vice grips. And it doesn't hurt to have a big pair of crescent wrench. I'm doing one more quick walk around here to make sure. I was going to show you a little bit how to get up on top of the trailer. If you got an issue up there, they have these fairings up top on these now. They're supposed to help with, it's just like this one, but it's up on top. Usually there's a lip up there. I used to be able to climb up on top of these trailers if I had a leak. Or one time I had a guy, they loaded double high racks. They were meant to be stacked. The racks were meant to be. So they had little points at the top. And a guy, must have been a new kid, and he poked 4 pretty little perfect holes right in the top of my trailer. And didn't say anything to me. Check the tires. So I'm going to be sending out some more videos with some tips and things. I want to do another video about the Landstar load board, because I've seen quite a few videos about the Landstar load board, and I think it's a pretty good idea. I want to get comments from you guys asking, because I want to do different cities. Say if you live in Dallas, doesn't matter if you live in Los Angeles, doesn't matter if you live up in Washington, send me pickup location, the destination where you want the load to go, what type of trailer, whether a dry van, reefer, flatbed, whatever it may be, and I'll look them up for you and give you an idea of what Landstar's load board, kind of what the the good, bad, and the ugly, what they pay for some of the loads. But I want to do them with your guys' locations. So do me a favor and comment. I'll keep an eye on it. Hit the like button for me. Go ahead, subscribe, and share this, because I want to try to get, especially with the new drivers, it's good to get this information that they may not know. The simple thing, if they carried a strap, as long as you have a little bit of air left in your tanks that can let go of all your brakes and you can get pulled to get a jump start because your starter's not kicking, that's going to save especially time waiting on service truck or a tow truck to come out and get you. I'm making these videos mainly to try to help some of the newer drivers, any of the older drivers that it can help. So if you want to comment on any future videos, I'd appreciate it. But like, subscribe, share it, so we can get some information around there and try to help you guys stay safe and keep making the money, keep the loads moving. Thanks.